Join me today as I take viewers' suggestions on how I should fix my spring entry table in the foyer. Hey everyone, Joe here. Thanks so much for stopping by today. And like I just said, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be reworking that entry table in the foyer that I did for springtime. And I asked a lot of people for their honest suggestions. I wanted to know what people thought and, maybe what I should change up. And I decided, hey, why don't I listen to some of those suggestions and make some changes? So stay tuned for a couple of little tweaks that I made on my spring entry table in the foyer, and I hope you enjoy it. And let's get right into the video. Okay, so I created this springtime entry table for our foyer, and I asked viewers, if they liked it, if they didn't like it, what changes would they make? And I got a couple of suggestions, and I think I'm going to change it up, and let's see how it goes. All right, so the first thing that a few of you said was that pot that's on its side is very distracting because it looks like a black hole into outer space. So I need to do something with that. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Take care of those two pots. Here's a sped up version of what it looks like before I did any changes. I got a comment that the silver watering pail was a bit too rustic looking or too blatant there, which I agree. So I think I'm going to try to paint it and maybe stencil something on it. So that will be the next thing I'm going to take care of. All right, and I placed this back and I painted the inside of it black. Now somebody told me to ditch the gloves. They were over here, but I don't want to ditch them. So I just stuck them inside this pot, and they're kind of obscure, but they're there. Then what I did was I put the trowel and the clippers in here. I stuffed it with a bag, and just about everybody, a lot of people said, add some packages of seeds. So I did that in this one right here. So there's the first thing. Now I need to put the other pot. I'm going to put it back where it was, but I think I'm going to have something spilling out of it. Now here's the other pot, and as you can see, I painted the inside black. So I thought it was going to look more like a black hole, but it still looks like a black hole, but not as much as that cream color interior it had. So now I just have to figure out what I can spill out of there. I was thinking, these are my choices. I was thinking of like a little animal sticking out of there, but I don't have one, and I don't think I'm going to go buy one. I have this kind of duck, but I think he'll look funny there, I think. Then I was thinking maybe I can put a bird's nest in there. So I'm going to see how that looks. And there you go. I think I like it. It's kind of like, you were doing some planting and you left the pots out there for a couple of days and they built a nest in there. So kind of like fills up that void. I think it's kind of cute. It's whimsical, right? It's fake. It's not something real. So there's those two pots. Now something there, I guess. Although I do like negative space, but I'll see. That watering cans, my longtime YouTube friend Rosalind suggested that I do something with it. Now I didn't want to go out and buy anything. I wasn't going to do that because it's not going to stay up too long. But I was thinking, what can I do to it to make it look more appropriate for the entrance foyer? Because that was like that aluminum look, and it did kind of look really rustic and country-ish, and that's not what I'm about at all. So I kept thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I was going to stencil some flowers on it, and then I was thinking, no, that's going to be it's going to fight the flowers that are there already. So that's going to look too country-ish too. So I thought to myself, hey, wait a second. Does Mackenzie Childs make watering cans? So I looked it up online, and of course they did. So I just took off using that suggestion that I saw on there. And again, I did it all freehand. I didn't use any tape. I didn't do anything like that. So don't expect something perfect. It's not that. It's just something there, and it gives that Mackenzie Childs vibe to it, but it definitely doesn't look like that. But let me show it to you. Okay, so there you go. I did the top of the, the water spout up there. That's how they have it on the, if you look it up online, you'll see it. Obviously, it's much prettier than this. And the handle as well. And then I did the rim. Well, first of all, what I did was I painted the whole thing white. I used white spray paint. It took about 4 coats in order to do that. And then actually I had to put acrylic, a polyurethane on top of the white and then spray it again because the aluminum kept bleeding through. And then, like I said, what I did was I did that all freehand. I just did the stripe around the top, stripe around the bottom. And then I kind of judged the sizes of the squares, what they should be. And then also, not all of them, but I'm not an expert with Mackenzie Child, but I know there's always a little bit of gold somewhere in the white. So what I did was I just streaked it through kind of really dry. I used the acrylic paint, and I didn't put much on the paintbrush at all, and I just streaked it through. So it's not bad. I mean, it gets the idea. It's the idea of, Mackenzie Child. It doesn't look that, it doesn't look rustic or country-ish at all. Now, I had the Mark Roberts fairy sitting on top of it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put him back up there or if I'm going to put him down here. I have to see. But in any case, right now, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I just finished that pail. I'm not going to put him there because I want to make sure that thing is completely dry before I put him up there, if that's where he's going to go. So obviously I'm going to finish this video tomorrow morning, but I was excited to show you that part. Also, we just saw that in the last segment. I put the bird's nest inside there. And then what I did was I also used some of the bird nest material back over here, and you can see there's another little birdie right over there. Now, somebody suggested that I put butterflies in this as well, and I do have butterflies, but they're too big, and the coloring was all wrong. So thanks for that suggestion, but I'm not going to be able to do that in this one anyway. But thank you. I appreciated all these suggestions. Okay, so let me finish this up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. And see, you thought I didn't listen to you. See, I read those comments and I'm listening. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll be seeing you really soon. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.